Hello there, Gemini. Thank you for stopping by with your weekly tarot forecast for the week of June 8th through the 14th. I am using the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg as my deck once again. And what we have coming up for you for Monday, Gemini, is we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is telling me that on Monday you are going to be feeling like taking some kind of romantic action. So maybe this would be some of you Geminis offering somebody an engagement ring. Some of you Geminis receiving an engagement ring. Maybe somebody preparing a candlelit dinner. Maybe somebody making reservations for a candlelit dinner. This is just really taking some kind of romantic action. Romantic action has so many different looks and so many different ways that it works for so many people. Slicing up an apple and handing pieces of it to another person can be very romantic if it's done right. So Monday I just see some kind of romantic action going on, and very enjoyable. It feels good. Feels really good to me when I'm looking at the energy of this card. I'm feeling around there. So enjoy, Gemini. Now Tuesday, what we have coming up, the Six of Coins in reverse. For some of you who have been the recipient of some kind of romantic action, I feel like you may be asked to loan money on Tuesday to the person who did such a nice gesture for you on Monday. Just be aware. You may be more influenced than what you normally would to do this just because of the situation there. So you want to still try to get some distance before you decide whether you're going to do that or not, and figure out, is that something that you really want to do, or is that something that you're going to feel like later on maybe you were sort of being taken advantage of. But definitely it's going to be your option on Tuesday to decide whether you're going to help this person or not. For others of you, it's going to be somebody completely different that comes to you and asks you for help. Once again, just, be objective. Make sure that when you help them that it is something that you really actually want to do, not something that you're going to resent later on. Now Wednesday, what we have coming up is we have the Wheel of Fortune. I love it when the Wheel of Fortune comes up. This is a really, really open card. That's not what I love about it, but I love it that it's good news. It just means that something really good is going to happen to you on Wednesday, and it's going to be a complete out-of-the-blue surprise. It's not something that you're expecting. So this is some kind of wonderful stuff sometimes. What would be an example? I had a situation one time where I was walking home from work many years ago when I used to work in a grocery store deli. Lots of long hours and not too much pay there. But I was walking home from work, and as I was walking home, in the median on the road where I crossed the road, there was a $10 bill just flapping in the grass. And of course there was no way for me to know where that $10 bill came from or return it. So I got the wonderful delight and pleasure of picking it up and sticking it in my pocket. Yay! So this is the kind of thing that a Wheel of Fortune would indicate. Just something completely unexpected, out of the blue. Something that's really good and enjoyable. Happiness making. I like that word. It's happiness making. Okay, so Thursday, what we have coming up for you Geminis is we have the Taurus. Why am I doing that? What we have coming up for you Geminis is we have the Hanged Man, and this is the Hanged Man in reverse. I kind of like the Hanged Man in reverse because if you look at him, he looks sort of like he's dancing a jig there, doesn't he? So when he comes up in reverse, actually, it is really a good thing. It's talking about that you did have a situation that you were feeling kind of hung up in, Gemini, no pun intended, but a situation where you felt sort of paralyzed. You didn't know which was the best way to go, and so you really weren't moving anyway because you weren't seeing a good way. When the Hangman comes up in reverse, that just means that you've taken some time maybe to meditate, to get still, to tune into what higher power has to say, and you've just decided, wow, okay, I see the solution to this. And it's a solution that really was there all along, but it took you being able to see things from a different perspective before you realized that this solution was something that was actually workable for you. So that's your Thursday. That's a very good card. Wow, Friday, you have a great card too. Like Monday, the Knight of Cups. Friday, you have the Ten of Cups. Monday was some kind of romantic action. Ten of Cups is really a sweet, sweet card. This is talking about taking a relationship to the next level. So maybe you've been living with someone for a while. This card would come up for a marriage. This card would come up for an engagement. If you've just been dating somebody for a while and you guys decide to make it exclusive, that would be when this card would come up and show up for you guys. So, interesting. It does look like this is more of a celebration is what I'm feeling. Like I'm noticing some more things on this card that I don't normally notice. Wow. I think for some of you, you're actually going to be adopting children. You're going to be bringing children into the family that maybe are not even from the country that you originate from, but maybe from another country. But I do see child adoption as really coming in strong on this Ten of Cups. So somebody out there, that's definitely going on. And I feel like more than one somebody too. And it also feels very strongly like this person that you're adopting did not originate either in your country or in your culture. Maybe they're from your country, but they're not from the same cultural background as you, because I'm really getting the sense of variations of that nature. I can't remember what's the word. What's the politically correct word for all different races and creeds? I know there is. I've been to how many briefings about it, but I don't remember right now. But anyway, I do feel like your family is going to be culturally diverse. Let's put it that way. Let's see. So definitely that looks like a lot of fun Friday. Of course, that's pretty specific, and so I'm sure that's not going to apply to all of you Geminis. But definitely happiness making, and definitely, I'm going to say, adoption definitely applies to 10 to 15% of you Geminis, because it's coming in nice and strong. But other than adoption, this is going to be just taking some relationship to the next level. And this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship either. This could also be a friendship or maybe a family relationship that has been kind of, maybe you haven't really talked to this person that much, and now you're starting to be in communication with them more. Same thing with a friendship. That can happen too. Ten of Cups just talks about taking a relationship to a new level. Cool. I like the adoption thing. That's probably my favorite thing that's come up so far out of these readings. Okay, so Queen of Coins in reverse coming up for you Geminis on Saturday. Queen of Coins in reverse is telling me, Geminis, a lot of you are going to be feeling like, well, it's just going to be true that you've been very generous to somebody in your life. And what's happening is you're starting to realize that your generosity is being taken advantage of. And so on Saturday, I feel a shutdown. That's the end of that. Not being generous to that person about this thing anymore ever again. I don't know if I want to say ever, but not for a while. So yeah, I do feel like some generosity is getting shut down on your part, like that you're telling this other person that's enough. You've been taking advantage of it and it's not happening anymore. So now, Sunday, what we have coming up is we have the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers in reverse is just telling me there's some kind of disagreement or fight. This could have to do with the person who you cut off, and I feel like for a lot of you this does have to do with the person that you cut your generosity flow off to. Feels like they're just kind of throwing a fit on Sunday. Hey, how come? Hey, that's not right. That's not fair. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? You've got that headed for you on Sunday. Sunday, they're just going to be trying to convince you to open those purse strings again, Geminis. And it feels to me like everything they're doing to convince you is really childish tactics. Nothing that they're doing actually is anything worthwhile or anything that you would want to pay attention to or that would make you realize that it was a mistake to shut them down. In fact, I feel like the more they push, the more you're going to feel justified in holding those purse strings tight. Okay, so that is your week, Geminis. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, feel free to check out my website. I'm at amista.info, amista.info, Once you're there and you've looked around, if you find something that works for you, go ahead and get in touch with me, and we will schedule a session for you as quickly as possible. For everybody else, I will see you all here next week. Everyone have a great week. Peace out.